everybody, I'm Tanya Maddox, and welcome to Montrose Matters Live. I am here in the studios with Eric Feely, one of my favorite people on the planet. And you know what? We are going to have some fun today, talk about the bridges, maybe, I don't know, get a golf swing demo or something going.
I don't know, we did that last time.
Oh, darn, Eric, come on. So, but before we get started, we've got a couple of events that are coming up, and we want to make sure that you all know what's happening around town. So April 15th, if you are in business and just want to network, Power Players is happening. And guess what's happening, Eric?
It's happening at the Bridges.
Who knew that? So Power Players at the Bridges in the banquet room on April 15th. And then May 14th, for all you fabulous ladies, there is a Fab Women's Conference and Awards. And guess what? That one's not happening at the Bridges.
Where's that happening?
Oh, at the Holiday Inn, because it's going to be 150 women who are coming from all around the region, and we needed just a little more room for that one.
Cool.
But after that, September 25th, the Habitat for Humanity has decided to just shut down Main Street and have a community dinner. So make sure you look online for that. And then someone's turning 100. Is it you?
It's not me.
It's not.
I look 100.
Okay, Eric. No, you don't look 100. But guess what? Montrose Club, Rotary Club is turning 100, and they are literally turned 100 last week, Eric. And so the major celebration is happening November 6th at the big event center. You will not want to miss that. So for all of these upcoming events and many, many more, you can go to events.ourtownmatters.net. We are going to take a quick commercial break, and then we're going to jump in and chat about all things that have to do with the bridges with Eric.
Sounds good.
Employees, and we were in a double wide trailer with 4 exam rooms. So that's where we started, behind an elementary school, really focused on taking care of those children. It was a school-based clinic prior to us becoming an FQHC. But very quickly, we realized the community needed a lot more support, a lot more access to healthcare. So in the last 8 years, we've grown to 3 different sites. We have 104 employees now, and we're taking care of about 6,600 unique patients a year.
Do you imagine taking your business to the next level? You can stop imagining. We can help make it a reality. Helping businesses elevate their brand is our business. Contact Our Town Matters today for a free marketing evaluation and consultation. Call 970-765-0913 or visit ourtownmatters.net. And we are back. So I am in the studios with Eric Feely. And you know what, Eric, I have to tell you, when we started this 3 years ago, you were our very first guest. So when we launched 3 years ago, I think I told you that we couldn't do this without the help and partnerships of different community leaders. And this time around, Montrose Matters Live has been brought to you by River Valley Family Health Centers. They have 3 locations, one in Montrose, one in Olathe, and one in Delta, by Elevate Fiber and by Our Town Matters. So thank you so much for sponsoring Montrose Matters so we can talk to cool people like Eric Feely.
There you go.
Eric, what's happening at the Bridges? Oh my goodness!
Oh, everything,
yeah.
Everything. Yeah, it's been a fun spring for sure. Coming off COVID, you know, the golf business was lucky last year with COVID getting everybody outside, right? So we had a lot more play, a lot more members, a lot more real estate activity. Everything was good. Actually, the restaurant did almost as well as normal. We were down some, obviously, because of events.
Really?
But, it was amazing how much we kind of caught up from losing weddings and concerts and live music and all that. But hopefully we're over the hump and we're moving forward.
So, okay, first of all, when I drive into the Bridges now, I see all of this building that's going on. You're obviously moving forward. What are you building out there?
Yeah, so that's kind of an outside. It's part of our master HOA. It's called the Clubhouse Villas. And Ty Jennings is the developer, Paul Panther is the builder, but it's a really unique situation. They're beautiful villas. They're single-family homes.
Oh, okay.
Some have attached walls, some don't, but they are very, very finely finished, and they have the best views, as you know, in the valley. They're getting a lot of attention. So you've got 11 of them on the south side that run right past the clubhouse there that look at the San Juans, and then there's 7 other units on the north side of the parking lot.
Okay.
And then there's plans for 2 sixplexes and 4plex. It could be rentals, short-term stays, that kind of thing. So it's getting a lot of attention. We've got people buying them that are just going to come visit and play golf. We've got people buying them that are going to be residents full time. So
That just don't want a larger home.
yeah, they're just, and they want, so we take care of snow removal, outside maintenance, yard care, trash removal, all that stuff's part of your HOA fees, and you can play golf and go hiking and skiing and jeeping and enjoy yourself and go to the restaurant and hang out.
Yeah, not worry about, snow removal and things like that.
Right.
So real estate is just been odd this, last couple of years. And it's been tough in Montrose, in general. But because people are actually building, at the bridges, what does real estate look like for you all?
It's been very interesting, actually. Beth and I only do the bridges, so seldom do we do real estate outside of the bridges, and it's become a lot more of my time, more than 50% of my time I'm spending with real estate the last 6 or 8 months, just because of the demand of people wanting to see stuff. I mean, we literally I sold a lot last week by a phone call. Somebody that walked up and said, I like that lot, what's the deal, blah, blah, blah. Okay, let's go to contract. So they're just wanting out of the big cities, and I talked to another broker yesterday that was telling a story about a place in Washington, D.C., 275,000, which isn't much in Washington, but they had like 75 offers within 20 minutes or something.
Are you kidding?
So it's not only here. You'd think those places are where people are leaving, and that's what we hear. But we're seeing a lot of people from Denver, people from Phoenix, there's some Texans, but Denver by far is our biggest market, and local people that are, buying different homes or changing floor plans or downsizing or upgrading or whatever.
I was always curious, do the people who live at the bridges, are they all golfers? Or because the view is, there's so many reasons to live there besides golf.
No, I get that question all the time, and we're really close to the national average, which tends to be about a third of the people in a golf course community actually play golf, and we're very close to that same percentage. So there's a lot of people that just like the quietness of it. They like some people love being on the fairway, some people want to be off and just have a quieter spot. So third to half the people play golf, but it's growing for sure.
Yeah. And you don't like golf at all, right?
A little bit.
All right, I want to know, Eric, seriously, how much do you and Beth play?
Beth is playing today, actually, I think, for the girls. We don't play that much.
Beth.
It's been crazy busy, but if I get out once a week with the guys or twice a week is for 9 holes or something, but it just depends how busy it is. We have a lot going on, so golf unfortunately takes a back seat sometimes.
Do you ever sneak out on the golf course?
I do.
Okay, you guys heard it right here on Montrose Matters. I would too if I were you.
Yeah, well, we live there now, so it's easy to just jump out and play a couple holes. So.
Most definitely. There are so many exciting things that are coming up at the bridges, and I want to get through them all. Before we take a commercial break, can we talk about this big AJGA tournament that's coming up?
Yeah, this is crazy. You're starting to hear about it. I know the press had that article, and Grand Junction had it on their TV telecast, but this is, if you're not familiar, it's called the American Junior Golf Association. Okay. It is basically the PGA Tour of junior golf.
Oh my.
So there'll be 96 boys and girls competing the first week of August. The city is this presenting sponsor. They've been very, very helpful in helping bring the tournament to the area. Ty Jennings' son, Jordan Jennings, who was state champion last year. Ty's been very instrumental in helping get this to the community. So we have a committee that's pushing forward, and it's until you can really get a grasp of it. Those are the people that did the state championship with us that came out and supported or volunteered. It's state championship on steroids. So we're going to have a qualifier with 96 kids, and only 8 of them get in to the main event.
Gosh.
So they'll be from South America, Japan, China. These kids come from all over the world.
Right here in Montrose.
Right here in Montrose. So it's a big organization. That same week, there's 3 or 4 other events in the country. We're the only one, I believe, west of the Mississippi. So it's one of those, you'll see kids, they're Mandy Tour players that were AJGA alumni. Most of them actually played on the AJGA Tour. So it'll give the opportunity to the community, and we'll have people from all over Western Slope coming to Montrose to watch these kids because they're so talented.
So is it, and obviously I'm a novice when it comes to, is this televised?
It's not televised as I know, but it's certainly going to be something that anybody that's familiar with junior golf is going to be here to watch it.
Okay.
And we just know how our community buys into that kind of thing, right? The state championship, we had 100 people standing around for the award ceremony, right?
Yeah.
You go to other communities, they have the mom and dad and the teammates standing there. So it's going to be the same thing. I can't even imagine what the crowd size. Our members are so excited because they're ready to start volunteering.
Oh, I bet.
It's just going to be, and we have people from Cabo wanting to help in Black Canyon. You know, it's a community thing between the city of Montrose and Bill Bell and everybody jumping in and helping and all the other golf courses. It's going to be huge. Yeah.
That's exciting for Montrose. I can't wait. You know what? May have to get a few of them on Montrose Matters.
There you go.
So we're going to take a quick commercial break, and when we get back, we're going to talk about concerts and the new restaurant and a new chef and all things Bridges. We have Eric Feely in the studios today. We'll be right back.
Believe it, just like Gigfoot, Zero Lag Gaming does exist. The real myth now? Slow internet made you lose. So step up your game with Elevate Internet today.
Oh my goodness, it's just been fun here. So that Elevate commercial, cheese balls. I want cheese balls. Why is it on a Friday morning I want to eat cheese balls? But let's talk about more than cheese balls. You guys have a new addition at the Bridges in the restaurant.
We do, yes. We have a new chef, Chef Devin Myrick. He comes from the Boulder Longmont area. And yeah, it's been interesting. Every time you bring in a new chef, which chefs are, and if they're out there, they'll know it. They can be a tough breed, but no, it's been fun. Every time you go through this process, you kind of learn what they're about and how they want to do things. Mm-hmm. So we've had fun with it. The staff has totally bought him because he's a very talented young man, and he's bringing some flavor profiles we've not seen before. A lot of fresh ingredients. Everything's homemade. He doesn't do anything with color added or preserved. He just is very vegan, very vegetarian oriented. If for those dishes that he can do, which he does a lot of, it's just brought the flavors to the table that people have kind of been missing a little bit. We think we did a great job before, and it just keeps getting a little better.
Well, we could always improve on things, and it sounds like Chef Devin is doing that. Now, what about some of the old staples that you have? Can we still get those?
Yeah, I mean, that's been one of the things that some of the members especially ask about, and we still have all our cool golfer fare, the fun food. We have burger night on Tuesday. We've got date night on Saturday. Sunday brunch is still happening. It's different. You're seeing, oyster mushrooms and Berkshire sausage. So we're changing some ingredients. We're doing things a little different, and it's just been nice. We're working with more local farmers, and we're doing the alpenglow mushrooms with the hydroponic farms, and we're getting some attention of just how much the natural local ingredients can help too.
That's great. We had our guest last week was Caleb Valdez, who's a local rancher, and he was talking about knowing where your food comes from. And it sounds as if Chef Devin truly embraces, using locally sourced food.
And for sure he does. And it's delicious. It tastes better. It's less expensive. Everything about it is a positive. We have great purveyors in our food purveyors we've used for years, and they're great, and we love working with them. But doing a little more local is always good.
Okay. So when you talk about food, I always try to remember that your business is multifaceted, and it's important not only to have a great chef for your restaurant, but you guys it's wedding season, and after last year, things are changing.
Yeah, a little bit. I just talked to Sandy, our event coordinator, Sandy Lundberg, and she was talking about a wedding last night when I left, and that came in and booked, and it's going to happen next month. We never see that, right? People book, they go a year out to book a wedding. So now we're seeing them say, hey, maybe we can do this thing in a month or two. And they're a little smaller right now, but we're starting to get more activity with the events. And like I said, last year was tough. We were down hundreds of thousands, with events being down. But I think people are kind of getting over. We're seeing things relax and restrictions getting better. So, people still going to get married. People still want to listen to music. People still want to have fun. So
Get married, listen to music, have fun. Those are not things we
Play
want to
golf.
do. Yeah, you play golf. But so the crazy thing is, at the Bridges, you can do all of those. When is live music coming back?
We'll get it started in May. Beth's actually working on it this afternoon, trying to get our calendar going. It's funny. We didn't know the COVID thing was difficult. So you go ahead and start bucking everything and you back up. What are you going to do? It looks like we're moving forward. So, business has been good already. We're still just coming out of March. So, and the community's changed. There's a lot of places. If we look back at Friday nights when I first got here 10 years ago, we were kind of the place to go. Right. Now there's a lot of fun places to go in Montrose, which is great. The community's growing. Our dynamic's changing, and we have more massive people, right? So we're gonna massage the live music to kind of fit what we're doing. And
nice.
Now you've got the Dave Bowman's concerts, and you've got other things going on. So we'll keep trying to change it up a little bit.
Okay. So when will we know about the concert?
We should be getting it out here in the next 2 weeks.
Or the live music next 2 weeks?
Yeah.
Okay, that's great. So, but speaking of live music, with COVID, what's happening with the concert, the annual benefit concert?
Yeah, which I'm glad you're asking about, because there's been people calling. There's some confusion because there's Facebook postings from Nitty Gritty. So we had Nitty Gritty booked last year.
Okay.
Obviously, COVID changed that. They wanted to rebook. For whatever reason, they got a little nervous with COVID still, so we had them booked for June 12th. They've decided not to do anything until maybe August. So we're out with them for this year, but we're looking at doing something fun. Working with Sarah at the Montrose Community Foundation and the Dolphin House, Michelle, just to try to get a plan. We don't have a firm one, but we want to do something. We don't want the year to pass without doing something cool. So it might not be that big a band, but we're looking at something fun.
So I know Eric way too well, which means I'm not telling you, Tanya, but it's going to be awesome.
Well, you'll know
and you're
before
going to
I
want
do.
to
You
be
know how
there.
you are.
Okay, every now and then I know a few things before you. But, that's how we pivot, right? I mean, COVID threw a wrench in everything, and, booking live music and things like that, we're at someone else's mercy. But I've seen this community come together and do amazing things when we have to.
They will, and it's just nice to see people starting to get excited and still being respectful of the situation. Nobody's over pushy. It's just like, when we can do things, we'll be there to do it. And the support we've received at the Bridges from our membership and just from our, we have our members who are vitally important to us, and we love them. We also have just really strong customers, you being one of them, that use our facility for events, and they come to dine and they play golf and they stay. I had 2 couples local stay in the suites last weekend just to get away for the night, get away from the kids.
Yeah.
And so it's good that people are enjoying our facility, and we look forward to doing that for many years.
And that we have a facility like that here in Montrose. So you reminded me, I forget about those suites up there.
Yeah,
you
they're
have
fun.
these amazing suites that people not only locally stay in, but folks from airline pilots. They're some of your biggest clients, or used to be.
Yeah, they still are. So we get a lot of private pilots. Actually, one of them's renting a house now from us that rented during COVID and helped us a lot by basically took our general store suites for 3 months. So yeah, we have a lot of people don't know in the community still that we have the 4 suites above the clubhouse, and then we have 3 more out what we still call the general store, which is the little building up to the side of the parking lot. There's 3 suites in that building as well. So
that's great.
Yeah, and it's cool because you got the views and the golf course. You're right out there. Yeah.
So when I'm ready to run away from home,
yes, call me.
Don't worry, my 7-year-old will still find me. My husband will know exactly where I am. But with all these great things, you're coming off of COVID. We've got a new chef. Weddings are being booked. Live music is coming back. What's happening with memberships?
Membership is good. Membership's really good. I think it's just been a change. Every year we're here, it's better, right? We always thought 2 years it would change, 4 years. It did. It continued to grow. I think we've gotten to the point now that people are just believing in us, and they can see the quality of the golf course helps a lot. It's a great golf course. You've played it.
Yeah.
It's so much fun. Chris Carter, our superintendent, works very hard. So, it's just, we're getting where we want to have a fun place. That's always been, I remember my wife Beth from day one was, the attitude of make it more fun, not so formal. Jeans are welcome. If you want to come out in your jeans or your shorts and enjoy the place, that's what we want to do. We just want people to come out and have fun. And I think they're starting to see that. Now we're getting more people living there. And obviously, more people buying homes and buying property. They're going to be there dining and golfing. And we're just starting to see that the critical mass is getting there. And it's good to see.
There's a fun story. I don't even know if you know this, but April 2nd of 2017, so this was 4 years ago, we moved to Montrose, Colorado. And we happened to have, it was my husband and our son was 4 at the time. We're having lunch at the Bridges. And we were driving around and we saw it and found it and said, let's go have lunch. You had cornhole out there. A kid was entertained. We had an amazing lunch. And my husband said, why don't we see if we can get a tea time? So our very first day in Montrose, we golfed the Bridges.
Oh, that's cool.
Yeah,
that's very cool.
It was a really good time. So we enjoyed ourselves.
Yeah, thank you.
So Eric, on the golf side of things, is there anything new that we can look forward to?
Yeah, there's a few things. We're the villas, going back to the villas, the construction of those is changing our dynamics. We have a putting green that's located near the villas, almost too close to the villas. So we're looking at doing a whole new putting green and practice area, which we'll hopefully get this going soon and get it grown in this year. So we're going to get a little different practice setup going. Some preparation, some improvements on the course. Partially, when you do something like the AJG8 tournament, things got to be good, right? So all the pressure's on Chris to get it done. But, cleaning things up and some new walking bridges because we're getting more people still walk. It's a great walking golf course. We're trying to add a couple bridges to make it easier for people and for kids and galleries for that tournament. So just kind of an overall buttoning up. The HOA is doing a really good job of trying to just stay on top of things. The DRB committee that does the design and review board, we're getting so many people building homes, right? Everybody's busy and trying to just keep things a little more buttoned up, polished, and moving forward at a nice pace.
So with all of these moving parts, how do you stay sane?
You just keep going.
you say, I'll think about it later. Exactly. Yeah. Great. Wow. Well, I don't even know what else to ask you. There's so much going on at the Bridges. Did I leave something out?
No, it's going to be a big year. I think just with the growth and all the new people, and we'll see people traveling more. It's funny. I was thinking about it yesterday. Sitting in my office. We were closed this time last year, right? When nothing was happening. We actually closed for 4 weeks completely, I think, before we start opening the golf again. So it's good to be a year later and be here talking about a big year, hopefully.
Really, and it's good to be 4 years later, having our first guest on Montrose Matters to come back.
Thank you.
And
thanks for having me.
Oh, you're welcome. And let's ride this wave. Let's make it a great year for our community. But Eric Feely with the Bridges, thank you so much for everything that you do for this community. And let's make it a great Friday.